A very warm greetings to one and all present here. Myself, Charu R, President of Databyte Forum, second year from the Department of Data Science of Dwaraka Goverdhan Vaishnav College, will be your MC for today's event. I kindly request everyone to rise for a Tamil Thai Varthu, followed by a college prayer. நீராடும் கடலொடுத்த நிலமடந்து எழிலொழுகும் சீராடும் மதனமென இகழ்வரத கண்டமில்லை எக்கணமும் அதிசிறந்த திராவிடர்கள் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு திரைமுகலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திரக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் வணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனே
சத்யோரகம் சத்யபரம் த்ரிசத்யம் सत्यस्य योनिं निहितं च सत्ये सत्यस्य सत्यं धृतसत्यनेत्रं सत्यात्मकं त्वां शरणं प्रपन्नाः वाणी गुणानुकथने श्रवणोकथायां हस्तौ च कर्मसु मनस्तव पादयोर्नः स्मृत्यां शिरस्तव निवास जगत्प्रणामे दृष्टिस्वतां दर्शनेस्तु भवत्तनूनाम् नमो भगवते तस्मै कृष्णायाद्भुतकर्मणे रूपनामविभेदेन जगत्क्रीडति यो यतः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः.
Thank you, and please be seated. It gives me immense pleasure to extend to you a warm welcome on behalf of our entire Department of Data Science, who has clubbed all of us for this 11-day international workshop on cyber security from 7th August till 22nd August. It is an initiative of Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India. It is a Stay Safe online campaign. I now call upon Ms. A. Vijayalakshmi Ma'am, Coordinator and Head, Department of Data Science, to welcome the gathering.
Jai Shri Krishna. A very good evening to one and all gathered here. First of all, my sincere thanks to God, the Almighty, who has showered His blessings on all of us for this wonderful day. And on behalf of the Department of Data Science, Principal and Convener of this workshop, Captain Dr. S. Santosh Babu Sir, Organizing Secretaries, Faculty members, and my dear students of Data Science, my cordial welcome to our respected speaker, Dr. V.J. Chakravarti, Professor, Department of Computer Applications from Dr. MGR University. Thank you and welcome you, sir. And on this fine moment, I would like to share a thing that this initiative of conducting this 11-day international workshop on cyber security was the initiative given by our respected principal, who has suggested that on being living in the digitalized world, we ought to know some of the safety measures and the preventive measures to be taken for all of us to evolve in this digitalized era. So wherever we go, We know that some third eye is being watched on us. So definitely we have some circle of ring around us to protect all our documents and to protect all our personalized things. So as I could see as of now, around 2,200 participants have joined our workshop, and definitely it shows that they are anxiously waiting for some of the points and suggestions to be taken by the speakers for this 11-day international workshop. And once again, on behalf of all of you, my sincere welcome to all the eminent speakers countries and states to deliver a honor speech on site. With these words, I wish to conclude, and my sincere welcome to you all people once again. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Our secretary, sir, is unavailable to attend this workshop due to some urgent work update. But he has sent his warm greetings to all the participants around the world for attending this international workshop on cybersecurity. He welcomes each and every one for this massive event and gave his best wishes to all. We thank you, sir, for your endless support and encouragement towards this program. And our convener and principal, Captain Dr. S. Santosh Babu, sir, has to deal with an unexpected work. So he will be not able to join with us right now, but he has always been the one to support us and encourage us in all our endeavors. Thank you so much, sir, for always being a pillar of strength and motivation. Because of your support and confidence, we were able to organize this marvelous event. We thank you, sir, from the bottom of our hearts. I now request our organizing secretary, Dr. T.N. Aruna ma'am, to felicitate our speaker with a fruit basket. Thank you so much, ma'am. I now call upon Dr. T.N. Aruna ma'am, Assistant Professor, Department of Data Science, to introduce our speaker for today's workshop.
A very good evening to one and all present here. On behalf of Department of Data Science, Dwaraka Goverdhan Vaishnav College, it's an honor for me to welcome each one of you to the inaugural of 11-day international workshop on cybersecurity. I express my sincere thanks to the Honorable Secretary Ashok Kumar Mundraji and our beloved Principal Dr. S. Santosh Babu sir and Ms. A. Vijayalakshmi ma'am, Coordinator and Head of the Department of Data Science, for the everlasting support to organize this workshop. On behalf of Dwaraka Goverdhan Vaishnav family, I, Dr. T.N. Aruna, once again extend warm greetings to all. I am very honorable to introduce our speaker, Dr. Vijay Chakravarti sir, currently working as a professor in the Department of Computer Application in Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute. Sir was the former principal of Arunmikil Kavaleshwar Arts and Science College. Sir has served as the chief student of the university examination held in November 2021. Sir has attended the academic administration training for the principals of newly established colleges conducted by the HR and CE Department, Government of Tamil Nadu. Sir has been a resource person in the International Conference on Recent Trends in Humanities and Science conducted by the National University of Singapore. Sir has been the resource person in the Art of Writing Research Article for publication conducted by the New College. Sir has presented papers in various conferences internationally and published books on artificial intelligence and IoT and another book on research on nanodrug delivery and tissues engineering. Sir has received Young Researcher Award and Best Faculty Award. He has organized various national level workshops in various colleges like Guru Nanak and the New College. Sir has published a patent on implementation of artificial intelligence in human-robot communication and improvement of a conflict prediction model on highways to deep learning. Once again, I welcome you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Without much delay, I request our speaker, Dr. V.J. Chakravarti sir, to start the most awaited session forward. We are much more eager to know about the world of cyber security from you, sir. The stage is all yours, sir.
Ma'am actually introduced with me some things, no? So I'm a principal and I worked as a chief superintendent and published so many papers, conducted workshops and published papers in international journals, everything. It is actually due to what a college name, D.G. Vaishnav, Dwaraka, because I am the alumni of this college. So a few years back, I'm a PhD scholar here under your current principal, Dr. S. Santosh Babu sir, and I was one of the students over there, sitting in front of the presentation and watching certain things to know what is the world, how it is connected to the computers and all. Now it gives a privilege to me to stand in front of you to give few ideas or few things about cyber security. So actually today is the first session, and after that you are going for 10 days workshop based on the security, that is cyber. What are basic things? So what is cyber attack, and what do you mean by called cyber security? So what are the threats we are going to come across with the cyber attacks, and how we are going to relieve from these attacks and all? We are just going to see as a PowerPoint presentation. And I'm going to take one case study, how this cyber attacks are damaging the healthcare conditions in throughout worldwide. Slide. You just watch this video. This video represents you what is actually happening in the real world.
With each passing day, the threat of cyber attacks grows ever stronger, with hours, often days needed to identify the most basic of attacks. Too many alerts are slipping beneath the window. Analysts are overworked. Dwell times are on the rise. Organizations are vulnerable. Manpower is no longer enough. Analysts need a tool to operationalize threat management and incident response relationships across the security footprint and enable analysis to orchestrate the full spectrum of threat management and incident response. All easily defined, yet difficult to implement until now.
Clearly picturized to that. So we are under the world that what and all we are just doing digitalized one. It is said to be attacked by what? See this. We able to see what the world economic due to what some businesses what they are doing in the country. It is said to be a powerful country in the world. The first country is nothing but what? Second is nothing but China. The third one is not going to be a country called cybercrime. So what is this cybercrime? How the peoples are earning money with the cyber crime attacks. Who is doing this? The cyber criminals. So you're able to see this also, no? The cyber crime. You just see the cyber crime more profitable than what? The global drug trade. So it is throughout the world. But now, so for few fast years, no? So it becomes, the cyber crime becomes what more profitable than what this global drug trade. And you just see this one, a rising cost cyber crime from 2015 to 2025. It has been increased from 3 trillion to what 6 trillion in 2021 during that COVID time. And you just see that one in 2025, there's future to come. It is not yet. So for what you have to do, you have to come across with a term called cyber security. So what and all we are just doing, it is going to be attacked by what? The cyber criminals. So we have to go for what? Cyber security for it. So that is a presentation over here. Yes, yes. Swipe. So what is cyber security and cyber attacks? What is it? This part. So, okay, cyber attacks are usually accessing, changing, or destroying sensitive information, extorting money from users via, these are the malwares. So, malicious software, ransomware, or interrupting normal business processes. So, this is nothing but what? Cyber attacks, which is done by cyber criminals. So, who is actually build knowledge in what? Computers. Basically, this criminals and all.
Each
The next one is next one.
One swipe, sir. That's enough. So that picture is not supporting.
So to come across with what the cyber attacks, we are going forward a software or the method to come across with the cyber attack is known as what? Cyber security. And these are the symbols. So this is the virus getting in. And here we have to lock it with the help of our software. And just see this diagram. $1 trillion has been spent over the past 7 years on cyber security. So to relieve from the cyber attacks or cyber crime, so throughout the world, 1 trillion has been spent over the past 7 years on cyber security with 95% success. Who's telling that? The people those are using cyber security softwares. But according to attackers, is telling that about 45 or 46% they can't prevent attackers from breaking into what internal networks each time it has been attempted. So they are telling that it is 95 success rate is there, but according to cyber criminals, they are telling that 49%. So the people also are just in that 46% or 45% is not possible. And 100% of CIOs, the company CIOs believe that breach will occur through a success phishing attack in the next 12 months. And just see, enterprises have seen 26 increase in the security incident despite increasing budget by 9% year of year. So from this one we can find out, so it is not possible to control the cyber attack 100%. Just see, this is also diagram shows by 2022 global cyber security workforce shortage is projected to reach upwards of 1.8 million unfilled positions. We need people nearly and 1.8 million cyber people. That is what those who are working on cyber security. And the cost for cyber security will rise up to what $6 trillion in 2020. This is the old version. That means the old result. And if you go for 2023, it will be what around 8.5 or 8.6 it will be. And 1 in 36 mobile devices have a high risk install. So you are just installing some apps, no? So to do some things. So what and all you need, you are just installing some app. That is application. In that 1 in 36 mobile devices are high risk apps installed. 33% of mobile ransomware. What is a ransomware called? It is a malicious software which will be automatically installed in your mobile or computer and will just stop operating your files. So it will decrypt your files so that you have to pay some small amount or ransom amount to the cyber criminal to encrypt it. So encrypt, decrypt will be done by the cyber criminal. So this is what 27% of Microsoft Office 365 users are the top targets of phishing. Phishing means what? You are getting a fake messages or mails from the person, from the known person of it. Say for example, you will be getting sometime you will be getting message from your bank itself, correct? So if you are having some the account in the banks or anything, you will be getting the mails from the bank stating, asking for your details, bank details or the vendor details it will ask. Suppose if you are just go on clicking that, so that's all over, they will get into your system and they will steal your information for getting only what? Financial gain. So that's what if you just use Microsoft 365 users are top target of phishing incidents, including those involving VEC scams. 69 of our cyber security experts say their team is understaffed. That means we need so many peoples in future to stop attacking. That means from the attack of called the cyber crime. So importance of cyber security. Importance of cyber security. There is nothing like absolute security. So 100% security is not at all possible. We are only trying to build comfort level. If the security is enough, okay, I'm just putting a software antivirus. It is enough. My system will be safeguarded. So all the things will be done clearly. So I won't be getting any attack from the cyber criminals. So that's comfort level. We are just doing it. Comfort level is a manifestation of efforts as well as realization of the effectiveness and limitation. Internet allows an attacker from throughout the world. So this is the thing. So you should be very aware of this. Importance of cyber security, the continuation. Risk caused by poor security knowledge and practice. Identity theft. What is identity theft means? They will steal your identity number. Say for example, your security number, or they will steal your ATM number, account number, like that. Well, if they just take it out, then it is known as what? Identity theft. Monetary theft. That means they will be stealing your data only for getting financial gain. That is called monetary theft. Legal ramification for your and your organization. If you are working in some companies, so they will be stealing your password of your some important files or documents, or say for example any software like that and that. Then you have to go for what legal ramifications, and sanctions or termination policy are not followed. If you follow, that means you are just to go for a policy and it is said to be digitalized, but you are not going to follow it. Finally, you will be putting some money over it. Say for example, to 1 lakh money you are just invested in it, but failed to follow what you are just going to do with the policies, means that also will be stealed by what? This type of criminals. According to SANS institution, what is the SANS institution? The institution which is based for what? Research about cyber crime and cyber security. They are telling that the top vectors for vulnerability. What is the vulnerability? The cost, the errors. The software will have errors. In that errors, the criminals, that means the cyber criminals, will get into it and steal your data. So vulnerability available to the cyber criminals are okay. Cyber security. Slide is missing. Cyber security is safety. So come across with cyber crime or cyber criminals or cyber attack, you have to go for secure your software, which is nothing but security, and it is said to be what? Safety. So that is called as what? Cyber security, and this is a symbol. So it is not a lock and key, it is going to be digitalized. So you have what? Digilocker like that and all, no? So the data should not be stolen from by the criminals, that is cyber criminals. So you have to go for just saving with the help of what? A password, login, everything they are giving. So even though that if you are not going to be saved properly, then the data documents will be saved. That means steal by the peoples. Levels of cyber security. So depending on the complexity, you can go for what? 3 levels. So level 1, level 2, level 3. This is the level 1 is minimal protection. Say for example, your computer, say you are having some computer at home, or if you are having one system at your institution that will be safeguarded with some software, that is antivirus software, no? Then we can call it as what? It is level 1. So that is not much of data will be in the system. So if they are stealing also, that is not be very useful for the cyber criminals or for doing what? Cyber attack. So when you go for that level, we can call it as for level 1, minimal protection. Level 2 is advanced protection. So you go for what? Some big company, that is medium sized company, you can go. They will be having what? Level 2 advanced protection. And if you go for level 3, they will be what? Extremely high level of what? Cyber security. So when you go for some software companies, or we go for what? Any government company, government officers like that, they will be having very important documents for future or in the current situation, and it should not be stealed by the attackers. So they will go for this level of what is called the protections. So based on the complexity, we have what? 3 levels. So you just see the diagram. This is the first level, level 1. The level 1, you it will be used by what small businesses, non-regulatory industries. Non-regulatory industry means it is not governed by what the government. It won't come under the government. So they will be having what some IT department, say for your, you can take your college itself. So there will be IT department and corporate network will be there. Most common cyber threats, phishing, attack and malware. So corporate network, they will be having what, one firewall. One firewall is enough, but this is not that much of what you call a standard security for your cyber attack. It's a very small companies will be using that. So basically they will have what, two things. One is known as firewall, the other is to be what, antivirus. Firewall means so to just avoid the unauthorized users to get into our system or network. Antivirus means what, it will be installed in our system itself for just pre-guard from your viruses. So this is level 1. This is level 2. So level 2, it is mid-sized companies, non-regulatory. This is also comes under your non-government sector. It's a public sector, therefore private sector like that. So non-targeted attacks, malware, spoofing, attacks, spamming, etc. will be there. And here the security level will be what, little bit increased. The information security specialist, security strategy will be there. They will be checking the vulnerability assessment. Annual penetration test, that all they will go. So even if it is attack means they will be giving the information to the corporate network and they will be having more number of antivirus, not for one system. They will be antivirus for all the systems. Say for example, this department, one department, two department, all the department will be what, safeguarded. And before sending the mails outwards or that is to the world or getting the mails to the company, it will be fired. That means what you call firewalls will be there. So this is little bit more ahead of what the level 1. So level 2 will be for non-regulated industry. But when you go for government sector, level 3. So mid-sized companies, large enterprises will go, a regulated industry which will come under what, government sectors, government companies or government office like that. So the same thing, the target, these fellows are nothing but your cyber criminals. They will try to steal your data from your office or any company. So initially they will be sending a malware. Malware means what, malicious software. So the software will be automatically installed in your system without knowing you. You don't know whether the software is installed or not, like that. So after installing, so what happens? It will give some problem to your system itself. The network itself, it will be giving. Example, your viruses, worms, bombs. Say for example, Trojanors. That under comes under what, this type of malwares only. They are nothing but the viruses. So corporate network. So before just getting into the mails or anything, getting into the department 1, 2, 3 R, they will be having a lot of facilities to just come across with this attack. So that means what, there will be a management server. So management server will have all the data. So in that they say for example, devices reaching corporate network, endpoint security includes site software installation, security software installation. You just see. So when an attack is going to become, or it is going to be predicted that attack is going to become here itself. So before just sending the data into the corporate network, these departments will just find out what type of software it is or what type of mail it is, whether it is said to be secured or not. Everything will be checked by what, all the departments over here. So this is what, a fully fledged level 3, which is for what, big size company, which is for your government sector. This is cyber security domains where peoples are needed. So I already told you nearly 1.8 trillion peoples are needed for your future. That is in future for cyber attack securities and all. You will be having cyber security domains. So threat intelligence will be threat intelligence, and then you go for what, risk management will be there. Framework. These are the departments. So we need cyber security should be access, should be what, in a full-fledged level. So these are the things should be worked properly. So all this will be what, worked by the people's only. So that means if you go for any SANS institute like that, they will be giving certifications to you. So based on the certification means what, you will be well versed with this department. Say for example, you can just get knowledge in what, security engineering, or say for example, career development. This is nothing but what, the domains based on it. So it's not only just conducting the cyber criminals or cyber attack, that and all. So lot of versions are there that we call as what, domains over here. So just see, false sense of security. Even though there is a security, you just see the speller is nothing but what sleeping like that. I'm just showing in alternative manner. So even the best security system only functions when it is activated. When it will be activated? If you have what? Full-fledged cyber security systems. There will be different types of security levels are there. So, types of security. So you have got 5 different types of security. Now it have been increased actually. But basically you just go for it. There is a standard 5 security levels in cyber security. One is called the critical infrastructure security. Critical infrastructure security means this is a system of what security only, and for the networks also it will be secured. And basically what for it is used means for water management, energy management, transportation, say for example finance management, that and all. If you just go, I don't want any attack for the systems, they will be having a type of security called as what? Critical infrastructure security. The infrastructure will be what? So good, so that nobody can get into what? The system for attacking what? The data. Application security, this is a type of security which is meant with the help of our software or hardware. So this application security will be in the form of hardware or software to protect what? Your computer applications from what? Outside threat. Network security is of 3 types. Actually people know this one. This is the type of security you will be knowing. So security, that is network security, called as there are 3 types of network security: firewalls, intrusion detection systems, and antivirus software. What is a firewall? Firewall is nothing but what? See, it do not allow the unauthorized persons or the users onto or into a network. So it will just safeguard. So that is a firewall actually. Intrusion detection system means it will detect whether there is a threat in the network or not. Say there itself, in the network itself, it will just damage the threat. And the last one is known as what? Antiviruses. This already you know. Say example for antivirus, for example, malware, ransomware, that all will be there. That all comes under what? This antivirus software. Cloud security is for maintaining or safeguarding your cloud data. So you are just storing everything in the cloud, no? So it is an infrastructure only. Initially it was not like that. Now it is said to be infrastructure. There you can't take the data as it is by what the crime attackers or these criminals like that. So in this way you have what? Security in the cloud level also. Internet of Things, that is IoT security. Say for example having a camera. So this camera can be hacked, or from using this camera some data can also be what? Taken from the system. So to safeguard what? Internet of Things like camera or any home devices or any devices used in the library. So that and all can be safeguarded by using this type of security. These are the types of security. That is cyber security. And security system CIA. So this you will be learning. You will be learning in your all security systems. If you go for any security concept, you will be learning this triad, that is known as what? Confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So confidentiality, restrict access to authorized individuals. So if I am having a system, I alone will be what? Accessed by using what? Some password. You can give the login, but password will be known by what? Authorized people only. So that is known as what? Confidentiality. Integrity. Integrity means data has not been altered. If 3 or more users are using the same system with what? Same password, so it should not be changed. The password should not be changed. That is called integrity. And then available, the information can be accessed and modified by authorized person. So when you go for any type of secure system or security system, in terms of your cyber security also, this triad should be taken. This is nothing but what? Your confidentiality. So what the confidentiality will provide? Protecting information from unauthorized access and disclosure. Example, criminal steals customers' usernames, passwords, or credit card information. So it should not be stealed. It should be confidential. So next is integrity, protecting information from unauthorized modifications. So they will be changing the password or any data, very important data will be changed by the user who is in the company itself. That the third third party. So he will be doing some negative for the company so that it should not be done. That type of persons will be using over here that unauthorized modification. Example, someone alters payload. Say for example, a person is getting what some 50,000, 50k salary means they will be changed. The database alone will change to what 5k. So automatically the bank will just drop you what only 5k in your account as a salary. So this is modified by what? Unauthorized people, those are working in the same company itself. And availability, preventing disruption in how information is accessed. So it should be prevented, that is your customers are unable to access your online services. So this is about what your availability. Certain things should not be changed by your, what you call, your customers. Say for example, you are just looking into your account. So payroll, just say for example, you just want to know the accounts detail means there will be what credited, debited, the tunnel will be there. No, the tunnel cannot be accessed or changed by your customer. That is called availability. So what are we protecting our and our stakeholders information from? So we are just protecting them from threats and what you call and vulnerability. What is threats called? The attack. So they will be giving some what you call software they will be sending and it will be attacked. The data will be taken from the system. That and all comes under what threats. And vulnerability means what? The errors in your software. The errors in your software. Even your cell phone is there. You are putting what pattern, correct? Some person easily find out the pattern, correct? So that and all should not be there. That is an error in your pattern. Just enlarge. Okay. So just see, this is the types of cyber security threats. So just see, these comes under what? These are standard threats in what? Cyber attack world. So just called as what? Malware, phishing, and all the people, including from the age of 5, who those who are using mobile phone, to what? A age of 80 or 90 or any person will be come across with this type of fraud threat, which is nothing but what? A fake mail or a fake SMS coming from what? A known person. So this is nothing but another threat. So spearing this is another type of threat. Man in the middle attack, denial of service attack, SQL injection, zero-day exploit, advanced persistent threats, ransomware, and DSN attack. So these are the standard attacks or the threats given by your cyber crimes. Say for example, malware.
Next slide.
Okay. So just see the definition of malware. I told you know it is nothing but what? A malicious software that is called malware. Unwanted software that is installed without your consent on your computer and other devices, digital devices. Say for example your computer and also what your mobile phones, what are the digital devices you are using, automatically this type of unwanted software will be installed. So example I told you viruses and phishing. It is nothing but what? Sending the fake messages, fake SMS to your emails. That is what your login. So from your known user means what? If you are having some account in a bank, you will be getting a mail from that bank itself, but it is not a real mail. It have been forwarded by what? An attacker. So if it goes on, it will look like the real software like that it will be. So they will be asked for your credentials, say for your account number, say for your password, ATM code, so security number, that and all they will be asking. Or if you are not going to give, they will give you another one called as vendor's details. The bank details itself they will ask. So if you go on clicking to that, it will take you to what? A new real website. It looks like a real, but it is not a real one. It's not a real website. If you just get into the website, give some data into it, that's all over. Your data will be stealed. So once it is stealed, you know that Facebook have been hacked like that and all you are telling no. So that type of threat is known as what? The phishing. You just see there are 3 types of phishing over there. One is called mass scale, another sphere, another scale. So based on the size, what type of data they want to steal from an individual or a group of people or from a company or from an organization or from a manager of the company or from the CEO of the company. So based on that, they are having phishing into what pretexts. So one is called masked attack where fraudsters has a wide net of attack that are highly targeted. Not harm pricing, that means it is for a single individual. If I am just having a code, so I will be attacked means that type of phishing will come under what masking. So spear phishing targeted to a specific victim or group of victims using personal details. And veiling means what? The company CEOs. So where you can get what lot of data, CEOs. So we'll be having a lot of details about the companies. So one company can get what the details of another company, and if you want to, they will get into what this type of phishing attack. Just see this little statistics. So this is a graph showing emails per campaign. That means emails campaign means giving advertisement. Say for example, you have come across some advertisement, you will be getting some emails from others complaining that this is type of what the oil or this is type of what the face cream like that, or they will be giving campaign. But that is real. But you just see like that, you will be getting a fake mails. Now just see the graph over here. Emails per campaign. Emails per campaign means say if that means a message or a mail will be sent to what a bunch of contacts. A single mail will be sent to what bunch of contacts. Say for example, 20 people or 30 people, 40 people like that they are sending now. You just see the graph over here. For emails per campaign 6, for that 80 people are seeing that phishing message. So this is the thing, 6. They are sending 6 mails for campaigning, but if the emails are nothing but what not a original mail, they are duplicated one. So if 6 mails are given, nearly 80% of the people are going through the mail. Just see how much cyber attacking is taking place over here. This was taking place every second. Even now this second, this type of attack is taking place. All are going through what the emails, the SMS, and keep on just they will be given. If you click it, you will be getting an idea like that or money like that, and they will go and click it. That's all over. It will be stealing. So you should have awareness of what not getting into this type of things. So this is another example for phishing. Getting a mail. I told you will be getting a fake mail from what the cyber criminals. So just see as it is, it looks like a real mail. It is coming from some university, my university network security staff. This is not a original one. This is a mail I have been forwarded to my student after completing what BSc Computer Science. This is a fake one after getting into it. So we come to know that this is a fake. This is also called as what a phishing. There is an example for phishing. And man in the middle, attacker secretly interrupts and relays messages between two parties. Denial of service, attack means the shutdown. That means if you just switch on your system, automatically your system will be shut down. Or it won't allow you to access what certain files. That is the thing, machine network making inaccessible to its intended user. SQL injection. That means the SQL command will be passed on to your system so that the database will be undergoing what changes. There will be a manipulation in the data that I told the payroll will be changed. A person payroll will be changed, not only single person. If I have 1,000 people are working in a company, so all payrolls values will be changed by using this type of thing. Zero-day exploit. If a software is coming into the company, that is world, it has some vulnerabilities. Say for example, it has some flaws in it. So before known by the vendor or the software buyer, this fellow will know the flaw in the software and he will exploit it. So he will steal the data from the software. Then advanced persistent threat. This type of threat will be in your network for long days, for getting lot of, it will be stealing data day by day like that, and finally just getting what all the data, it will just get into what attack. And ransomware is nothing but what software, it's a malicious software installed in your system. And it will not giving, that means it will stop accessing certain files. If a file is very important, every day you are using that file, you will be working with that file only throughout the day. That file will be what? Hacked by this type of software, and you have to pay some money. It will ask for some money to relieve it. So you have to pay some money for getting what? the original version of your files. And not only that threats, so the different threats I showed nearly 8 or 9 I showed, no, apart from that COVID time. So COVID time, that is what COVID-19 time. So a lot of things have been stealed. So we are under what pandemic time. That is what we are under what some trauma like that. Oh, we will just go to what hell like that, and we are having a lot of threats in our mind. That time, these threats are coming to attack. Say for example, a person who is just checking what the pulse oximeter to know the pulse and also the oxygen level. You will be keeping the thumb inside out, no? That is stealed. That has been got stealed, and using the thumb impression, so many attacks have been done in the throughout the world. So this is a one type of attack. This is what COVID-19. And then just see, you can get what some COVID. Say for example, you have been fixed a time for giving what getting a COVID injection. That is vaccine. That time they will be asking some OTP. If you give OTP, then that means if you give OTP, it will be given what the time will be given to you. You can go and just get an injection for it like that and all. If you give the OTP, that's all over. Data will be stealed. So these are the threats. So these are the threats in the world now. Even though it is even now it is said to be available. So this one indicates you that this automatically indicates it's nothing but what hospital, or you can call it as what healthcare. So I told you initially, I'm just going to give one example in healthcare. Issues faced in healthcare cyber security. So these are the doctors actually. The doctors using systems. Okay, the doctors will use the system and you'll be getting data of the patient when he just enters into the hospital or leaving hospital, and they will be claiming what insurance that and all. So that and all can also be attacked by this type of attackers. So what are the issues faced in the healthcare? That means cyber security. Patient privacy protection. So initially it was there. Now, when patient is getting in means, before he comes to know what are the disease or what are the problems he is having, the cyber criminal will come to know. Because everything is said to be digitalized. They are just passing the data in the era. That means what in the software online and getting the data in the online. So in between that, one person will be sitting, coming to know what type of person, what is the person, what is the disease he is having. So that patient privacy protection is have been what not 100%. Vulnerabilities, that's what I told you, errors. Errors of legacy systems, the system they are using, no, there is a error in the system, healthcare. Challenges of IT in healthcare, that means the people don't know, they are not aware of what information technology. They can go for clearing the disease, they can go for operating, everything they will be doing. But what type of threat will come to them, or what type of threat will attack them, or data, everything, they don't know. That should be what that means they should have awareness of it. Security breaches in healthcare, data finding out, that means taking out. Security breaches will be there. So these are the attacks. Healthcare cyber attacks. So first one, insider misuse. The nurse, the compounder, he himself will give the data to the cyber criminals. The patient data exploited for malicious intent. The second one, curiosity, unwarranted access to data unrelated to care. The third one, convenience. Security protocol shortcuts or bypasses. The fourth one, human error will be there. The fifth one, unintentional actions. So these are the cyber, this is the cause of what? The cyber attacks in the healthcare. So cyber security landscape, growing number of data breaches in the healthcare industry, common cyber attack targeting healthcare organizations, impact of cyber attacks on patient safety and privacy. Threat detection and prevention. So how it can be detected and prevented. Implementing a robust network monitoring system. This and all should be in your hospital itself, the healthcare itself. Role of institution, that is what detection and prevention system. Educating staff about security best practices. So the only thing to come out of what this type of attack is, we should have what awareness about. So what and all should be done, what and all should not be done, because these people they are not computer science persons, they are not computerly well educated people. So they will just go for a system They will just go for a system, just switching on what the software they know. They will input the data of the patient and just get some data about the patient, that's all. But what will happen if they are going to be just switch on this monitor for a long time? How it will be hacked, that and all they don't know. So that's what lot of things have been hacked from what? The hospitals throughout the world, particularly during what? The COVID-19 time. So educating staff about security best practices, security medical devices, even medical devices, through they are just attacking the data, risk associated with unsecured medical devices, importance of regularly updating software and firmware. So updating software even in your system, that is computer system or in your mobile system, you should go for remanagement. What is the meaning of remanagement? Every time you have to go for updating it. So unwanted things should be what? Deleted. What and all needed should be what? In your system. That is what in your mobile. So that is what updating. Implementing network segmentation for device security. Employee awareness and training. So employee means what? Who's that? Those who are working in the hospital. Safeguarding patient data through employee education. They should not give the data to the others. Importance of strong password management. They will be having the software, company software. They will be having that everything. Any company, if you go, it will have a data management system. DBMS will be there. So they will be having lot of data in the system. It should not be taken to what? The outer side world. So all the things will be in what? In the hands of the people, those who are working in the healthcare. Even though the software is doing lot of things, it's giving lot of security for the cyber attacks. It is safeguarding from cyber attack. But even though these people, those who are in the healthcare itself is giving data, so the attacks takes place, recognizing and reporting potential security incidents. Suppose any problem is there, recognize, they have to recognize and they have to go for what? Securing that one using what? Cyber security. Data encryption and backups. Benefits of encrypting sensitive pattern data, that is patient data. Implementing secure data backups. So every time you have to go for backing up the data. Preventing data loss in case of cyber attacks. So vendor. So if you get some devices or equipments or medical equipment from the vendor, so you should be very safe with the vendors also. Accessing or assessing cyber security risk associated with third-party vendors. Establishing vendor security in requirements. Monitoring and auditing vendor compliance. So this vendor should be taken place in the healthcare periodically. So we go forward auditing, like that. So like that we can go for vendor risk management. We have to just audit all the things because through vendor also attack can be done to what? The healthcare systems. Best practices. So what we can do to avoid this type of attacks? Implementing multi-factor authentication, encrypting sensitive data at rest and in transit, regularly updating and patching software. Your software is failed, you have to go for patching the software, conducting penetration testing and vulnerability assessment. Vulnerability, once again I am telling you that it is an error. Every time you have to find out the error in your software. If error occurs, surely cyber attack will take place. Developing an incident response. Emerging technologies. So what we can do? So to avoid all this type of cyber attacks, all cyber attacks is there. So only thing we have to go for cyber security. How we can just go for it? So you know the people, that means all people have come across with what this type of technologies. So that means a secure system can be developed by using artificial intelligence for threat detection. If a threat comes, okay, there is a system, artificial system is the artificial intelligence system, automatically the system will tell you that it is a threat, or the system itself will eradicate or delete the type of threats over there. That type of system you have to develop in all the department, not only in what? Healthcare conditions, healthcare organizations, in all departments you have to just make the artificial intelligence for the threat management or detection. Blockchain for secure data. Blockchain, that means what? Connected to internetly, all data can be gained. So that should be maintained. Biometric authentication in healthcare system. So it is actually now everything is taking place. So even if you go, staff comes over here, biometric attendance will be there. So that should be implemented in healthcare system. Cloud security and data protection. So we don't want to save data in our system. We don't want to have a memory in our place. So everything can be what secure IoT, active data sharing and interoperability. These are the cyber security. We are having to install all the software. So levels of software will be level 1, level 2, level 3. Everything will be there. But at last we should have what awareness and what you call the prevention should be there to avoid this. So current challenges, increasing number of cyber attacks on healthcare organizations, growth in ransomware attacks targeting medical facilities, the impact of insider threats on patient data security. So just see this one. These are the challenges right now in what healthcare organizations. So it should be taken care such that. Next one. Best practices for this: implementing strong access control and user authentication, regularly updating and patching software, the best practices for it. So finally, go for taking what insurance, cyber insurance system. If the attack is there, if the attack has taken place, you can go for insuring that it should be insured. The importance of cyber insurance for healthcare organization, coverage and benefits provided by cyber insurance policies, consideration for selecting the right cyber insurance provider. Securing medical devices, risk associated with connected medical devices. Connected medical devices, the medical devices will be connected to do what operations are done. That will be digitalized. So what under the operation will be done? The data will be stored in the system, stored in the memory. So that should not be steal. So for that we should go for risk associated with connected medical devices. We should take care of it. Best practices for securing medical devices. Role of manufacturer. Who is manufacturing the devices? Healthcare providers and regulators. Challenges in maintaining device security. This is all will be there in the healthcare devices.
Internet connection, you live as and then
Regulate. This is the regulatory for healthcare organizations. They have to go for HIPAA, Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. It should be there in the system. That means what in a company or organization, high-tech. Health Information Technology for Economic and Clinical Health Act. Meaningful use requirements, security risk assessment. This should be followed. This should be regularity. That means provided by the government. So this should be in all healthcare organizations to avoid what cyber attacks. So final one. This is the very important one in what your organization. That means healthcare organizations. So we call them as what 1, 2, 3. The 1 stands for, I already told you, whatever may be the security, you should have what awareness. Which should be used, which should not be used. What type of mail should be read and what type of mail should not be read. That and should be, we should have awareness. The next one is called prevention. So prevention is better than cure, like that. No, you should not. You should prevent it by using what software, cyber security. And last one is actually what you are learning. So awareness to the staff members, prevention. They should be given workshop, knowledge to gain about what cyber security and learning. If something happens, they should know how to avoid it. So these are the important things of what your cyber security.
just a minute. Feedback. Hey, he went to notes. Notes. Notes killer. Available. Question change. Discard. 40 sounds like.
Yes. So whatever may be, a cyber attack is there. Cyber attack is going to be what throughout the year. Hereafter, we don't want to tell what the cyber attack will be stopped, or there will be a permanent solution for cyber attack. We won't get into the attack that and all. Surely cyber attacks will be there because, as I mentioned earlier, there is a lot of economics behind it. And compared to what the world country economic condition, so people are earning, that is minting money, because they have one system itself. That means in a one place 10 to by 10 system is there, the room is there, one system is there, means from where throughout the world they can just go and attack on any type of system. The only thing they need data, which system should be attacked like that. So you can go for security levels also. I told you lot of security levels 1, 2, 3. I told you what are different types of securities also told you. So apart from that, what should are? No? It is nothing but awareness, prevention and learning. Okay? Any questions? Questions? Any questions? Clear?
Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Yeah.
So, you explained so many topics, right? So, for us, we are using computer science or computer in day-to-day life, but in our generation, even kids too
Using the mobiles.
Use the mobiles. How they can?
How it can be stopped?
How can we protect them from affecting them?
It's actually, according to me, as a parent, I can say that good parenting is only the way to stop what using the mobiles.
Okay.
Because the kids don't know
Yes,
what
of
even people of adult, 40 to 45 years old people also, without knowing, just going and clicking what the what is called the mails or
Yes, sir.
the SMS. So after that, they are realizing that they have been attacked. That means the system have been attacked like that. How a kid can know that? So it's not a person.
Suppose.
That's what I told you. No, it's going under attack. It is under attack. It's going to be more.
Oops, thank
The
you.
only relievers, the last one I told you, that is the only.
Okay.
Any other doubts? Thank you.
Near good.
Thank you so much, sir, for your wonderful insights and knowledge that you gave us all today. I now request our organizing secretary, Dr. T. N. Aruna ma'am,